What's up, everybody? This is from the Depths Collectables, and today we're going to get into a little bit of a custom video. And today we're going to touch up this DC Multiverse Bloodsport. Now this figure right here, guys, has a whole lot of potential because they didn't really do too much to the figure, so it leaves a lot of room for customization. And really all I'm going to do to this one, guys, is kind of go a little bit more like a screen accurate look for Bloodsport here. I'm going to touch up all of this bright orange armor plating that he got going on. I'm going to make it look a little bit more screen accurate. I do have the silver here to touch up little details and whatnot on his armor, and I also have some of the browns here. That is for his boots, to make it look like he's been stomping around in the mud. So it's gonna look really cool, guys. I'm excited to get into this because it's been sitting on my shelf for a while. So let's get into this, let's crack them open, and let's get this painted. Alrighty, guys, this is the figure straight out of the box. I thought I should give y'all a better look at the figures before I go about doing the customization. So here is the entire figure. It is very bright. You see it's like basically like orange and blue. I'm gonna dirty that up and change all of this to make it look a little bit better. I also do have the pieces for King Shark. I don't know if I'm gonna get the rest of them. I really do want to make him because King Shark was one of my favorite characters in Suicide Squad. So we're just gonna put these to the side. Hopefully, maybe in the future we'll come across the other pieces and go ahead and put them together because I do like this guy. Alrighty, guys, first things first is that I just went ahead and just took off his head to make it a little bit easier to paint, around the neck and, on these chest pieces and stuff. I'm not going to take off his arms or his legs or anything like that because, to be honest, there's really nothing obstructing, his joints and stuff like that. So, I can actually get into these, spots right here. So there's not really much that needs to be touched up. There's obviously, I'm gonna touch up back here. There's a lot of stuff that they missed back here, obviously. As you can see right here, it's just all just plain plastic back here. Like the front's all painted up, but you go to the back, it's all just plain plastic. So we're gonna touch all this up right here. I'm gonna look at a couple of pictures and see how the armor looks. Put copper where the copper needs to go and whatnot. Other than that, just touch them up or something like that. To be honest, if you really wanted to, you could honestly use this body for like a Captain America figure. I'm just looking at it without the head and everything, and it just really just gives me like an alternate universe Captain America body. So if you have a head for a Captain America, you can always just put a custom head on top of that, and you got a weird multiverse Captain America from somewhere. So that's a pretty cool thing. So we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the copper and touching up the copper plating on his armor. I'm gonna touch up the mask also. This thing looks pretty cool. Fun fact about the mask, guys, if y'all didn't know, James Gunn, detailed the mask of Bloodsport off of a xenomorph from Aliens. So that's actually a pretty cool, little Easter egg detail. That's the reason why he has the teeth and it looks kind of like a xenomorph mouth. But I'm gonna touch all of this up, and it's gonna look really cool. So let's get into it. this is pretty much like the breastplate done. Like I said, I'm just, you know, going over these bright orange little highlights that they have going on here with this nice copper. Like I said, it's coming along a little bit better. It's looking a little bit more, you know, I guess if you want to say superheroic, or, you know, kind of like that, you know, nice, you know, realistic look to it. I am going to go ahead and start getting into the rest of this. And then after that, I'm going to hit it with some dark wash, and we're going to put the head back on and, you know, see how that goes. It's going to look really cool. So let's keep going. Alright, so there is the body. It is all painted up in the spots that I want to. There, I did do a little bit of like mild weathering with some of the you know, copper on the belt buckles and stuff like that. I did go ahead and paint the back. As you can see, it is a little, you know, messy in some spots, but that's gonna be all covered up with dark wash and whatnot. So, you know, that's the good thing about, you know, this figure right here, is that it does lend itself to a lot of, you know, mistakes and, you know, a lot more, you know, artistic liberties, if anything. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the helmet. And once the helmet is done, we're gonna move on to the dark wash. Alright guys, here is the head. It really didn't take any time. I actually like reused a marker that I had lying around, just an old marker. It fit this head like pretty good, so you know, I could use it to, you know, move around and stuff, so it was easier to paint. So what I did was I just put, you know, the copper around, you know, the head, where, you know, it looks a lot better now, like as you can see. So here is the head, you know, looks pretty good. I do like the copper shininess to it. So now that this is done, we're gonna go ahead and start weathering the figure. Alrighty guys, now that the hard part is out of the way, we're gonna hit it with some dark wash. I do have some black here for the overall, you know, darkening of the figure, and I got some, you know, browns here for his boots, so it looks like, you know, he's been stomping around in the mud. So this one's pretty self-explanatory. You know, we're gonna water down this black, brush it over the whole entire figure, hopefully get some really good detail in all of this, you know, thing right here. Then we're gonna go ahead and do the boots. Then once everything is dried and everything, I'm gonna go over the some of the stuff with the silver right here. So once that's done, it's gonna look really cool, and hopefully it comes out really good because this figure looks awesome already. Alrighty, there is the whole weathering process. Look at this thing, guys. This thing looks really, really awesome now. I'm not even done with it. You know, this thing looks very different than what it looked like coming out of the box, guys. You know, that's crazy how a little bit of detail, a little bit of, you know, elbow grease and some weathering makes these figures look downright amazing. So that's a very cool looking thing. We're not done with this guy yet. We're still gonna get his boots. We're gonna, you know, dirty up the boots and everything. And then we're going to touch up some of these things once this, you know, everything dries up a bit. We're gonna touch up some of this stuff with some silver paint. You know, buff some stuff in there, make it, you know, a little bit more detailed, a little bit more highlighted, and it's gonna look very awesome, and we'll be done with it. So let's finish this thing up. right, there are the boots. You know, it's really easy to get some good definition on these things, guys. It really does make them look very awesome. So, you know, all I did was just hit it with a little bit of brown, a little bit of black, a little bit of tan, and you get a really good definition to the boot. I like how that looks. So next up is we're going to hit a couple of things up with, you know, some silver. You know, rub some silver here and there to make it look a little bit weathered, a little bit, you know, cool looking. And then after that, we're done, guys. So this figure came out looking pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. So let's finish this thing up and we'll look at it all finished up. Alright guys, there he is. My new custom painted Bloodsport. Now this one was a real fun figure to do. It was a real easy figure to do. Like I said, there's not too much going on. There's not too many crazy armor details or anything like that. It was just touching up some of the paint that they had going on there and even adding some of the paint like right here on the back. Now this thing looks really awesome with the dark wash. I even, you know, dark washed and painted up his boots and everything, so his boots look really cool. They look really worn and muddy. And I also did the swords that he came with. It's kind of a shame that he doesn't come with his guns, but like I said before, you know, DC is, you know, has a mandate about the figures, you know, having guns and whatnot, so they stopped, you know, packaging DC figures with guns. So that's the reason why we get these figures with swords and stuff that they usually don't come with. You know, I know Peacemaker did use like an axe for like 2 seconds, like in one scene, but you know, for some reason his figure in the DC Multiverse line comes with like a battle axe. So, you know, like I said, it's really weird that they don't come with guns. But if you know somebody who could 3D print you some guns, I know I've seen a couple of people who 3D printed the guns for Bloodsport, and they look really good. They scale to the, you know, DC Multiverse figures very well. If you know anybody out there that has a 3D printer, I suggest, you know, maybe asking them how much, you know, a custom you know, gun would go for. So it's a pretty cool thing. Like I said, guys, it was a fun figure to you know, customize and stuff like that. I am going to be taking pictures of this guy in a little bit. They will be up on my Instagram, so check that out later on if you do have some time. I will have the you know, link in the description, or have my, you know, username right here in the video so you guys can check me out. But that being said, guys, like this video here if you enjoyed these custom videos. They are very fun to make. So if you enjoy this stuff, like this video here, subscribe if you haven't already. We do toy hunts, you know, toy reviews, and these custom videos every once in a while. You know, we're working our way up to 300 subscribers for our next giveaway, and we're moving our way up very quickly. So join us in subscribing and joining the family from the Depths Collectables family, and I'll see you guys next time.